Right, so how big a game is this?
Oh, it's a cup final, isn't it? It's everything. It's a massive game for us, and one we're looking forward to. It was a tough game for us on Wednesday, but we managed to get ourselves back into the tie, didn't we? So yeah, we had a bit of momentum going into that second half. So yeah, one we're looking forward to, but as you're right, it's a massive game.
Just how frustrating was it the other night?
I think it could have been a lot worse, put it that way, because I think when the second goal goes in, we started to wobble a wee bit, but we pulled it back round, and I think second half we were dominant, and that gives me a lot of hope going into the next match. So yeah, it's going to be a tough game, isn't it? We've got to make sure we win it.
This is clearly a delicate question to ask, but we all want you to go through and be successful here, but in the worst scenario, I mean, this would be pretty serious for the club.
Yeah, I mean, we've got to focus on winning the game of football. That's it. So we've got to focus on what's right in front of us, and right in front of us at the moment is Hamilton. And as a manager, I'm trying to make sure the players are focused and they're ready for the match tomorrow. That is it.
How full a squad have you got?
Well, I've never had a full squad since I've been there, have I, to be fair. So Danny Devine's out. He rolled his ankle on the surface down there, so he's out. I've not had the medical report back, but I'm not sure how long he's going to be. Charlie Gilmore's come through it, which is good. Obviously, Aaron Dorns is out for about 9 months. He's needing an operation on his knee, and the rest are still out, to be honest. Yeah.
How fired up do you think the players are?
I think they're ready. I think we're ready for Wednesday. I think there was a wee period we started the game well. They scored a wonder goal, didn't they? But I think during that period we were a better team, and then they scored the second goal, and that kind of knocked us off a wee bit. But we pulled it around. I thought the boys have always been at it for me, to make sure that we do really well tomorrow and score some goals.
You personally, you've had a fantastic career. How does this rate in terms of the challenges that you've faced over the years?
It's been a challenge, of course it is. Since I've been in, obviously I knew what I was getting myself into. The team was struggling at the time, weren't we? At 1 point, 6 games, so we've always played catch up. We've always been catching up with other teams. And as I say, I think 42 points just weren't quite enough, weren't they? And any other time there would have been enough. But it's a challenge. It's one I've looked forward to. I enjoy being here, and I'm sure the players will step up tomorrow.
Just finally from me, in terms of the support, just how crucial could the fans be?
I think fans are always going to be crucial, aren't they? They're always crucial. I've been in quite a few relegation battles in my career, and the fans always play a massive part. They've got to stick with the team right to the end. We've got 90 minutes to score a goal. That puts the tie extra time, doesn't it? We want to make sure we win the match. That's the focus, to win the match, and I'm sure the fans will be behind the team as they've always been.
Duncan, maybe we can just ask you, how crucial was it to get back into the game on Wednesday night there? The first half maybe wasn't perhaps what you wanted for your team, but a bit more encouraging signs in the second half.
Yeah, I think we're more dominant in the second half. I think we started the game well down there, and I think then even when they scored the wonder goal, I think we were the better team. And then when they scored the second goal, we had a dodgy 15-20 minutes then, where if they had got the third goal, it could have put the tie to bed. As it happens, we weathered that storm, and I thought we come out second half and were dominant. We managed to get ourselves back in the tie, you're right, and it was crucial we got closer to them. Obviously 2 goals is, it wouldn't have been a mountain to climb, but I think 3 would have. So we managed to weather that storm. We've got back in the tie. There's only 1 goal deficit, and we believe that we can get that tomorrow.
Yeah, and in recent weeks it's been spoken about how crucial the outcome of this game will be in terms of what it means for the club, what it means for the community and that. Is there an element of using that as motivation, or are you trying to protect the players a wee bit, perhaps maybe tomorrow? I
think it's been said, hasn't it, to be honest? I said it last week, I've said it, I think we all know the position we're in. There's no point in keeping going on about it. I think we know the situation. I'm trying to focus the players on winning the game of football, and that's it. First and foremost, we need to win tomorrow, and that is it. So that's what I'm focusing on.
Change the surface, away from the plastic pitch onto the grass. Does that change your team selection perhaps slightly, and do you think it perhaps maybe gives you more of a different option?
Yeah, it changes my team selection because some of my players, weren't available for the plastic pitch on Wednesday, so it does change my team selection. Of course, you know how I feel about the carpets. They're not for me. Football should be played on grass. we've got a grass pitch tomorrow, so there's no excuse.
In terms of, we'll find out either way tomorrow which division you'll end up in. Are you going to be the man in the dugout next season leading this team forward?
Well, that's not what I'm focused on, to be honest. Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, I've got a 3-year contract here, and that's it. So we go for there. I came into the club to get the club to stay in the division. That's what I'm fighting to do. I think the club is in the relegation spot when I got here. We're 19 points now above the relegation, automatic relegation position. So we've managed to improve. Since I've got in, I've had 41 points in 30 games, which puts us fifth, puts me fifth as a manager in the league, 2 points away from fourth. So I think my stats since I've been in here measure up. Absolutely. So, but I'm not the chairman, I'm not the owner. But as far as I'm concerned, I'll be here.
And in terms of motivating the players tomorrow, what's the key message for the players to go out there? There's one goal in this, they're going to need to get that back.
Well, that's it. We're going to need to start well, don't we? We need to really start well at a good tempo, try and get the fans on board, and really start at a good tempo, and create chances and make sure we push them back a wee bit what they did to us down there. And that's it. You want to start well, don't you? And then try and get that early goal if we can, and go from there.
Perfect, thanks.
Speaking about the fans there, how important is it that the second leg's coming at home, obviously, as well, and having that home advantage, if you like?
Yeah, it's important. It's important, I think. Yeah, it's obviously nice to hear the second leg. You know exactly what you've got to do, haven't you? We've got to get a goal to get us back in the tie. That's what we're focusing on. And of course, we're at home, which is, normally that's an advantage, isn't it? I think our home form has picked up in the last 2 or 3 games. So hopefully that continues tomorrow. So yeah.
How pivotal is it getting that goal down at Hamilton as well, in terms of how the players approach this, the mindset, as opposed to being, 2-0 down on the leg?
Pardon, getting the goal back?
Yeah, getting
Yeah, it was massive for us, wasn't it, to get back into the tie. I think at 2-0 it's more difficult. At 3-0 it's obviously a mountain to climb. So we'll go back into the tie. I think we deserve to get back into the tie. I think the substitutions at half time made a massive difference. So yeah, we were all delighted that we got the goal back, and that gives us something to, it's on a goal to chase now, isn't it?
And do you approach this one differently, obviously, position you're about, considering you are at home, and obviously is it kind of more focused on attacking, and just because...
I think we've always focused on attacking, to be honest. We're a possession-based team. We want the ball, we want to create chances, and it's not just finishing off their chances. So no, I think we don't change our style. We continue what we're doing, we continue what we're believing in, and I'm sure tomorrow will be enough.
Duncan, I've heard a few fans this week saying they'd like to see a wee bit more of Roddy McGregor, but I know he came off the bench at the weekend. He's an important player for you, nonetheless, isn't he?
Yeah, I think I've used Roddy in the last 2 or 3 games. I think he's made a difference, to be honest. Yeah, he's obviously struggled with his injury since I've been here. I've not had a lot of time to put him on the pitch, a lot of availability. But he's been in and around with the squad, and I think he's done quite well since he's come on last couple of games.
On a similar theme, speak to Ben Peppel after the game. He was stressed the importance of the squad being used, and how he's not necessarily pushing for a start. If he can come on, make an impact, that's what you need, isn't it?
Absolutely, we need everybody, don't we? I think he made a positive impact when he came on Wednesday. Did really well, like he did doing at Dunfermline. So yeah, no, he's certainly pushing himself into consideration. I brought him to the club. I like him as a player. He's certainly got a lot of assets, and I'm sure they'll be used on Saturday.
And final one for me, just the kind of fast start that your team makes against opponents, especially up here lately, has made a real difference. The Morton game in particular, was one that could be.
It's nice to settle the nerves, isn't it, and come at the traps quick, But we've got 90 minutes. We've still got 90 minutes to get a goal back. Obviously, we don't concede one. We've got 90 minutes to get a goal back and take it in the extra time. So yeah, we need the fans on board, but we need to make sure it's a 90-minute game. We're going to have to push as much as we can. But of course, everybody's looking for a quick start to get that deficit back.
And with Danny Devine out, do you already have someone in mind to take his place, or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah, that's part of the manager, isn't it? That's what happens, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I've had to deal with incredible injury list this year. And again, Danny rolled it on the carpet. It was a surface. He rolled his ankle. It's a bad one. So yeah, no, but I've got other good players in there that can step up.
And you figure maybe a change in formation, given the aggregate score, will you approach it a different way or stick with the same sort?
I'm not going to tell you exactly how I'm going to set up, but for me, as I say to you, when I've come in here, we've got 41 points in 30 games. So there's not a lot wrong. It's unfortunately we're playing catch up the whole season. But yeah, we need to score goals. Obviously there will be tactical adjustments. That's Hamilton changed their tactical setup against us on Wednesday. They go with a back four, they went with a back five against us. So there is adjustments.
Best of luck, Duncan.
All right, thank you.